commissioned through the Reserve Officers Training Corps at Loyola College in Maryland in 2002. While he was in ROTC, Captain Alexander attended both airborne and air assault schools and graduated in the summer of 2000. He also graduated from flight school at Fort Rucker, Alabama in 2003 as a UH-60 Black Hawk pilot. From 2003 to 2004, he served as headquarters and headquarters, company executive officer, and Alpha Company platoon leader in the 5th Battalion, 158 Aviation Regiment, Yugoslavia, Germany. In 2004, he became the platoon leader of the newly formed Charlie Company, 3rd Battalion, 158 the Aviation Regiment, Yugoslavia, Germany, until 2005, where he now serves as executive officer of the 158 of the 3rd Battalion. Captain Alexander has been awarded the Aviator's Badge, the Airborne Badge, the Air Assault Badge, the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Achievement Medal. He is married to the former Faye Louise Galbraith of Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Check, microphone check. All right, sounds pretty good. What's up? What's going on? His name's David Alexander. Yeah, today's Martin Luther King Day. Pretty good. Good stuff. January 16th, 2006. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to tell you a little something about Martin Luther King. So, let me just tell you the basic story. Let me break it down for you. So, Martin Luther King was born in the good old state of Georgia, down south. Good stuff. Got his degree from Morehouse College. Cool. And yeah, he's one of the great leaders of the civil rights movement. But I think we all pretty much know that, so let's dig a little bit deeper. Just a little bit more facts about Martin Luther King. He spoke about over 2,500 times about civil rights, arrested over 20 times, assaulted 4 times, received 5 honorary degrees, named Man of the Year by Time magazine, won a Nobel Peace Prize, and was ultimately assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. Leads me to think, why did he go through all these challenges? Let's dig a little bit deeper.
Strip.
Now, it's common knowledge that Martin Luther King fought for racial equality, but that's not what I'm going to hit on today. It's going to take about 5 minutes of your time, and what I'm going to hit on is an understanding of one another as an individual, which was also one of Martin Luther King's goals, what he was fighting for, to not go on a preconceived notion. In 1963, Martin Luther King gave the I Have a Dream speech in Washington, D.C. in front of 250,000 people. I just want to quote one line from that speech, and that is, "I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." By the content of the character. That's the crux of the message right here. One of his goals was for everyone to have kind of a basic understanding of one another, just a basic human respect of everyone as an individual, no matter how they look, no matter what color they are, no matter what their sexuality, didn't matter, just a basic understanding. But society kind of as a whole, and to some extent, a lot of us are guilty of it, including myself, and of just having a preconceived notion about a person or a group of people just based on how they look, and we don't know anything about them, but we kind of make these judgments anyway because it fits the mold, so to speak. To me, it kind of sounds a little bit like prejudice. It comes in all types of forms, simple, complex, and everything like that. But I just happened to look up the definition of prejudice in the dictionary. The definition is a preconceived judgment or opinion. The second definition is an adverse opinion or learning formed without just grounds or before sufficient knowledge. Before sufficient knowledge. So if you make a judgment on someone based on how they look without knowing who that person is, that's prejudice right there. Albeit a simple form, but it's still prejudice. So let me ask everyone a question right now. So rhetorical question, kind of think about it to yourselves, but what was your first opinion of me when I first came up to the podium to speak? I'm sure it probably wasn't the most positive. Kind of thought a bunch of things in your head, but after some time, after I got to know you, you got to know me, and you got to see through my outer appearance and saw who I was on the inside, you've come to find out, wow, that guy is different than what I expected. Because you took the time to get to know me, I got the time to know you, so now we have a mutual understanding of one another. But how often do we just break people off without getting to know them? Now, what I'm saying or proposing is, we don't have to become friends with everyone that we meet or anything like that. And that's impossible to just kind of try to be friends with everyone. But what I want to push is for everyone to have an open mind. No matter how someone looks, how they appear, how they express themselves, that we give them the fair chance, as an individual, that, hey, there's something more deep down inside of them. And we get to appreciate them as an individual. Ben Franklin once said in a speech, actually it wasn't a speech, it was just him talking to someone else, but basically construed as a speech, but he said, everyone is superior to me in one way. In that, I shall learn from them. So hanging on to preconceived notions does nothing but rob us of potentially learning something from someone else. And we don't give others the fair shot that they need in life. So, if I may be so bold as to reword and rephrase what Martin Luther King said, I'm going to try to attempt it right now, but I have a dream that one day we will all live in a nation that people will not be judged by how we appear, dress, or express ourselves as individuals, but by the content of our character. Let's just give everyone a fair chance. Thank you.